Hey friends, it's me, Pastor Doug, with another 1-minute word of encouragement for the day for today, Tuesday, August 11th. And today's word comes out of Romans chapter 11, verses 33 and 34. And it continues our exploration of the biblical idea of wisdom. And in it, Paul sort of creates a little bit of a mashup of a psalm and a portion of the book of Job and some of his own poetic lyrics. And he writes this. He says, "Oh, the depths of the riches of the wisdom and knowledge of God. How unsearchable are his judgments and his paths beyond tracing out." In other words, they can't be copied. God can't be copied. "Who has known the mind of the Lord, or who has been his counselor?" That's a funny idea, right? Who's been God's counselor? You know, when God is having a hard day, who does God go to? Well, the obvious answer is no one, because there's no one that knows more than God. There's no one that has more wisdom or more knowledge than God does. And what's really interesting about that is how many people have such a hard time submitting to the wisdom of God. In other words, we have an idea about, how to behave, how to act, how to live. And when we see something in Scripture that counteracts what we think we ought to do, oftentimes we sort of reject God's wisdom in exchange for our own wisdom. And that's just so ridiculous to me, right? Because Paul is saying, oh, the depth of the riches and wisdom and knowledge of God. In other words, none of us have wisdom like God. None of us know the things that God knows. None of us understand how humanity is designed to work better than God. Why? Because he created us. And this idea of rejecting God's wisdom would be like if, Steve Jobs, was alive and walked back into Apple headquarters and, people rejected his input. No, the guy knows more than anyone else there, right? He invented the iPhone. Why would they not listen to him? Friends, why would you and I not submit to the infinite wisdom of God? And so may you this week confidently submit yourself, submit your opinions and your perspectives and your ideas to the infinite wisdom of God. May you submit every aspect of your life to his infinite wisdom, and may you walk in the confidence that comes from that. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.